Just direct me where to go. Give me. Step over here, there's nothing to fear. Go on and give it up. You can be sure that we have a cure. Go on and give it up. Just turn off your mind and soon you will find. Go on and give it up. Now do what we say and we'll make a way for you to give it up.
I think my batteries are finally dying, so we're going to share the mic.
Okay.
On to this next part here. Aaron, we're going to let you give your little spiel, so I will hand the mic back.
Well, I have the paper here, so...
it's a good thing.
So, Aaron's on-air talking points. Wait, it says do not read. Please check out our YouTube channel and be sure to like our videos, subscribe, and turn on notifications to stay caught up on new episodes of the GU Show, live streams, and hidden gems. Head over to www.theguradio.com for content from the artists on our show, events calendar, and a submission form to get on the show. Our web store is up and running, so make sure you grab your own Gallatin Underground merch, hats, tees, hoodies, and more. We are now offering sponsorships to businesses. If you like what we do, want to support us, and have your business represented on the Gallatin Underground, go to www.theguradio.com and click Become a Sponsor to see our different packages and learn more.
Wow, you're getting really good at that, Aaron.
It's not like I don't have to read something. One day I won't need to look at a thing to read, but yeah, until then.
Yeah, until then. So back to the band. You guys don't have much else except for this one show planned for the summer so far?
That's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I guess bands out there, these guys are looking to play with you. You should hit them up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's interesting. I don't know. We have no real plans. My next major plan, honestly, is to write more music. Like,
Cool. Do you have like some material in line for the next album that you guys are going to be working on?
yep.
Oh, you already got some more material. Awesome.
Yep. Yeah.
Sweet.
No, I had to dial it back to figure out what I was going to put on the CD. So there's a couple that may go on, but may be all new stuff. I don't know.
Awesome.
So before we got here for the show, I was remembering that the proceeds for that show are going to something special.
Yeah. So since this will be aired after the show, all of the funds that went to that concert are going to Greater Impact, which is a nonprofit in Bozeman, and they are starting a men's recovery house. So like people that essentially have made some choices that have got them stuck in life.
It's a real thing.
Yeah, can have some help getting out and kind
Well,
of
that's amazing
getting
that
back on their feet. So
you're helping contribute to that. That's so awesome.
yeah, thanks. Appreciate
Yeah,
it.
that's excellent.
Well, I hope it went well.
That's like kind of the weird thing about these, like, where like it's not necessarily live yet,
Yeah,
but
right.
by the time it gets there, everybody will have already watched it and hopefully watched your show too. So
Nice.
Oh, did you fix your batteries?
no, but I guess I got a little bit of live, so we'll just see when it cuts out. What cuts out?
All right. Well, then just yoink the microphone.
Yoink. Cool. Well, yeah. Let's see how many we have left. Probably 4 or 5 left.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let's go ahead and do another one.
Okay.
Excellent.
Sorry. Oh my goodness. Your poor machine.
Yes.
Ravaged by pandemic, the problem is systemic. Feeling like it's time to go, go, go. They're shutting us down for crying out loud. So we're crying out loud. They're shutting us down. Non-step conditions, checkpoints and suspicions make our homes our prison. They're shutting us down for crying out loud. So we're crying out loud. They're shutting us down. Ravaged by pandemic, the problem is systemic. Feel like it's time to go, go, go. Ravaged by pandemic, the problem is systemic. Feel like it's time to go, go, go. Ravaged by pandemic, the problem is systemic. Feel like it's time to go, go, go. Ravaged by pandemic, the problem is systemic. Feel like it's time to go, go, go. We're living in fear, so no one come near me. Just keep your distance, can't offer assistance. You'll pay for resistance, you know. Let no one come near when you're living in fear. Pandemic, the problem is systemic. Feel like it's time to go, go, go. Ravaged by pandemic, the problem is systemic. Feel like it's time to go, go, go. Ravaged by pandemic, the problem is systemic. Feel like it's time to go, go, go. Ravaged by pandemic, the problem is systemic. Feel like it's time to go, go, go.
was rad, you guys. Hold on one sec. I gotta kill this over here.
You guys haven't really played a ton of shows, but you were talking earlier about a show you just played. Where was that at?
We did just kind of a self set at a private venue, a pre-release party. So I just invited people that we know. It wasn't a huge show. We had, I don't know, 50 people, maybe 30, 10. 5 people. There were five people.
I'd say at least 50. It
That's
was good.
That's more people than show up to our shows, but
Oh.
Yeah.
so we've played to 3 people.
By the time we were done, there were -3 people there.
There was
so.
-3 people because we were out too. But
Yeah. So that was just. It's for a number of reasons. One was like it gave us a deadline before the 30th.
Sure.
To like, okay, we're going to be in front of people soon. We have to get to this point. And then we also used it to try and get the word out. Obviously, nobody has any idea who we are. We haven't been out playing. We're not doing all that stuff. And so we're like, hey, go tell people to come to the 30th and tell them that we're raising funds so that they can come for that reason too.
Absolutely.
Even if they don't want to come listen to music that assaults their eardrums or whatever.
I don't know why they wouldn't want to come listen to you guys. You guys have a very solid feel to such a new band. I mean.
Cool.
For being 3 months, I mean, shit. After 3 months, we just sucked.
Yeah.
I mean,
we still
suck.
Yeah. So I mean, none of us are green to playing music. I mean, I played in a band for where we played for a couple of years every weekend, and went around the state doing that. Adam's
cool.
in a gigging cover band. They play like sometimes 2-3 times a week.
What's your other band, Adam?
Yeah, I'll plug it. It's Savvy.
Oh, cool.
Savvy the band. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, his wife's killer musician. She's a great singer, great front lady.
She's the best.
Yeah, the best.
And Michael, you have a pretty musical background as well.
Yeah, I mean, so I actually primarily was playing bass in churches with the main thing and sort of going up from there. But I've played in other various bands just throughout my time as well, just whenever somebody needs. I mean, bassists, honestly, are generally, people want them. People want good bassists. So it's
Yeah.
like, there's no shortage of times for me to play.
That's really cool. So, yeah, do you guys just play music all the time on your spare time?
Kind of, yeah. I mean, each of us has had to do a significant amount of like individual work, and that is part of the benefit of doing what we're doing, like having a click track and using backing tracks. It forces you to have to play the same way every time, right? Like so, but also you can practice at home like with a band,
Sure.
I mean, like
Builds that muscle memory.
yeah. And so, I mean, it would be nice to do some more improv type stuff at some point, but take it a day at a time.
Sure.
And for the 30th show, I got to plug this. So the guy that played bass on the album, so I had a studio drummer and a studio bass player for the album, and then I did all the guitar work and the vocals. And but the bass player that played on the album, he's actually going to join us on the 30th to play guitar.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, so we will have another guitar player on the 30th, and
Nice.
and he's a professional, so he should be okay.
Yeah.
He'll probably be better than I am.
Excellent.
So I'm going to segue into this segment we do for almost every artist. Almost every artist, I say, but like sometimes we skip it.
Sometimes.
But drum roll. Who is the diva of the band?
Probably have to be me, because everything,
I don't know.
everything has to go my way, right?
I don't know. I'm pretty fickle with like all my gear and stuff. Like I'm breaking it down. No one's touching it just because I break it down in a certain way so that it sets up the same way. I don't have
Sure.
to think about it. So I don't know.
I don't know.
It's a
You
close
did
call.
say you listened to Britney Spears, so I might have to join you on the vote with that one.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll take it.
Adam can be the diva.
Yeah, without the hair.
Well, that just goes against every other project with the lead frontman's name in it, right?
Yeah.
Oh
yeah.
man, that's just contrary to
Normally-
like belief.
Normally.
It's the drummer. It's the drummer. No. All
take
jokes
it.
aside.
Yeah, so I mean, obviously, when I was making the album, it was just me. So it was, I'm like, well, I don't really can't think of like a cool band name for myself, so I'll just use, essentially my name. Irvin's actually my middle name, but it's easier to say than my last name. And
Sure.
And I don't know, it kind of represents, your middle name. When you get called by your middle name, it's like your mom, she's mad at you or whatever. That's.
Yeah.
I just felt like Samuel Irvin is like my whole name, and music kind of feels like me being my whole self. So
Okay.
I just thought it made sense. And I actually gave these guys the option. I'm like, hey, so like this project, what do you want to call the band, And they're like, I don't know, I'll just call it the Sam Irvin Project. That's fine, whatever. So yeah.
Cool.
We
So-
had another name that sounded a lot more country, and we were like, no.
What was it?
Oh, yeah, I'm trying to remember what exactly was it?
It was the Samuel Irvin Band.
Oh yeah, it was the
versus
Samuel Irvin Band.
And
Yeah.
they're
Yeah, it
like,
does
no,
sound
that's-
more country
Yeah.
somehow.
Yeah, a
They're
little
like,
bit.
no, we need something. Like, why don't we just do
we're
a project?
not a country.
So I was kind of curious. You said you recorded the whole album basically with a studio drummer. You hired some professional musicians to record tracks with you. What was the most challenging part of the recording process for you?
Waiting.
Waiting the time
Waiting is the hardest
for
part.
everything to get.
Yeah, so it was a studio out in Boston. So I made all these demos just using like MIDI drums and all this stuff, and I sent them, and they did this advertisement. They're like, hey, we'll help you crowdfund an album. Essentially, like that's. I'm like, oh well, hey, if I can get the money out of the way, like let's do that.
Sure.
So flew out to Boston. Actually, did one single, which is maybe the one you've heard.
Sure.
Did that out there. Got that done, and then used that to promote the crowdfunding
Album release
Yep.
and the crowdfunding. Sure.
Right, and then once we got the crowdfunding, then like all the COVID things started getting out of control, and like getting back there seemed less
Likely.
likely. So yeah, then it was like, okay, well we'll schedule a drum session via Zoom and all this and all that, like, and so it was just like, it's like, oh yeah, we'll put you on the calendar for like 2 months from now. It's like, oh my goodness, 2 months? Are you serious? Like, and just even now, it's like it's been 2 years since I started the process,
Oh man.
and I'm like still waiting for my final mixes before it goes to master. So like I'm like, I hope we have this done by April.
Wow, that's stressful.
Yeah, it is what it is. That's part of life, right? But which is why I have material ready to go for other stuff, because it's like,
You've had time in between.
this stuff's been done for a while.
Gotcha.
So I'm like, okay.
So with the whole crowdfunding process, there's not a lot of bands that probably that I know that do that. Was that something challenging for you as well?
Yeah, it was like a full-time job. It was really a lot of work. But they had like a template, right? They're like, I had like a checklist every day, like,
Have to do this.
you have to post.
Have to do this.
You have to post this on Facebook at this day, and like, it was like, if you missed something, it wasn't the end of the world. But I mean, it was.
But if you
definitely-
want it to succeed, you
Yeah.
had to do
and they're like,
all of it.
they're like, it'll take you, 15 minutes or whatever. It's like, yeah, maybe 15 minutes to actually do the work, but like it takes like 2 hours to think up the thing that you're going to do for that 15 minutes.
That's interesting.
So it was a lot, but
Yeah, that's definitely sounds like a strenuous process, but I guess you'll find out if the end product was worth it here shortly. So
I think it will be. Yeah,
Cool.
I'm pretty proud of what we got down, and there's room to grow for sure. I've learned a lot through the process. I'm considering just self-producing things going forward,
yeah,
but not totally sure yet. I definitely would like to have that kind of control, because it's like one of those things like, hey, can you tweak this like 2 decibels? Like, I would really like that too. Okay, yeah, I can do that. I can have that mixed to you in like 3 weeks. I mean, that's the kind of thing that is just like, ooh, that's hard.
we should make sure that Tommy D listens to this because he expects things like next day.
Yeah. Yeah. But then at the same time, never when we expect the same of him.
Goes both ways.
Yeah.
So I guess let's do your back to back, and then we'll get some thank yous and goodbyes out there, and we'll start to wrap the show up.
Okay, sounds good.
Excellent.
Well, so question about the back-to-back.
Sure.
We have. So if we're ready for that, should we do choice and lies, or do you just want to do delay as our back-to-back, which is a 9-minute song?
You call it.
Do you want to do all three?
Well, then we have one more beyond that, so it's kind of it's whatever you have time for.
We can do the 9-minute one at the end. That's fine. Are we cutting any song? That's getting a little bit.
Yeah,
weird noise
we'd
there.
probably end up cutting one song if we do that one. If we do the 9-minute one, we'd probably end up cutting one. Let's do
I mean, we're open to hear all 3 of them. Or 4 of them. Is there 4? Am I?
4,
Yeah. Just play 3 of them and then do the 9-minute at the end.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be fun.
Excellent.
That'll be fun. So, what tune is this? Wait. Yeah.
Play.
No choice, right?
Choice.
I was trying to get out of that section.
Ready?
Everywhere I look, I see. Whoa. I killed myself, I did, that's all. Nothing's the same now, the game's over now. Good night, we'll be alright. Doesn't have to be this way, she said. Doctor said it won't hurt at all. Relax, distract with this lovely smell. Listen to the music and all will be well. What's wrong? It's my right, it's guaranteed. Society and policy can't expect me just to be tied down at 23. Years I'd lose just being there. The progress lost would be unfair. Better gone, better there, better unaware. Gotta push, gotta climb, gotta chase that dream of mine. Made the choice for me this time, and the choice is mine. Well, is there a drug for my heart? Could this choice tear me apart? Ooh, everyone's on my side and I'm alone. Could I have known? What's wrong? It's my right, it's guaranteed. Society and policy can't expect me just to be tied down at 23. Years come being there, the progress lost will be unfair. Better gone, better there, better unaware. Gotta push, gotta find, gotta chase that dream of mine. Made the choice for me this time, and the choice is mine. But the thing that keeps on plaguing me, what if my mother made another choice when she was 23? It's It's my right, it's guaranteed. Society and policy can't expect me just to be tied down at 23. It's my right, it's guaranteed. Society and policy can't expect me just to be tied down at 23. Years I lose just being there. The progress lost will be unfair. Better gone, better there, better unaware. Better push, gotta climb, gotta chase that dream of mine. Made the choice for me this time, and the choice is mine. Gone, better there, better that. It's unaware. Years I lose just being there.
Lies?
Subtlety, you don't need to. Seems everyone's agreed to. Just believe you. Blissfully held in your cruelty, entangled in freedom so easily. Whatever we do, seems everyone's agreed to. Your charming plea to disbelieve you. You tell me
on my way or delayed?
Yeah. Well,
On my way.
they said end with the 9 minutes, so yeah.
Yeah.
I gotta say that I think that one's my favorite so far.
Cool. Yeah, there's a lot of people like that. I think there's a good reason for that, and one is that it's an expected chord structure. You know, your ears are used to hearing like 12-bar blues, which is essentially what it is. So
Yeah.
it's, you know, it's yeah, there's something to that.
It's got a good feel.
Yeah, it's
Cool.
just blues rock. Which is interesting because I really had a hard time deciding to use that one. I'm like, it's a little too.
It's good.
But
It's good variation.
yeah, it's fun. Just goes to show that what I like isn't necessarily what the whole world likes. My favorite stuff, people are like, that's weird. I don't get it. I've literally had people tell me that. I'm like, okay, fine.
Ready?
Yep. Yeah.
If you haven't experienced it yet, it's coming. And if you have, it'll probably happen again. You really only have two choices. Let it crush you.
I've been told that it's all been done. There is nothing new under the sun. Let it go. You're wasting your time, don't you know? I hear it every day, like a plague in my bones. But the life inside of me cries out to be known. Could it be that I could ever set my spirit free? It's okay. I'm on my way. So I cradle this little dream, keep it safe from harm. I incubate the hope, my soul where it's warm. When it's time, I'll open up my life and let it fly. Yeah, when it's time, I'll open up my life and let it fly. It's I've been told that it's all been done. There is nothing new under the sun. Let it go. You're wasting your time, don't you know? So cradle this little dream, keep it safe from harm. I'll keep it safe. I'll incubate the hope.
Your mic's not on.
I know, I'm pulling a Tommy here. that was excellent, guys.
Oh, did you add reverb to my voice?
I did now.
Yeah.
Anyways, this is a part of the show where we like to let you guys say any thank yous and goodbyes, shout outs to anybody that might be out there that have supported you along the way, that have helped push you musically or in any other ways. And this is the spot for them. So
Yeah, well, first and foremost, thank you to you guys for having us on. I mean,
you're welcome.
It's an awesome opportunity to get out and force ourselves to do this real time, so we can't start over, right? And then next and most importantly would have to be my wife. So we've got 4 kids, and there's no way that I could have the time or the energy to do this. Even having the time from my business all resulted from her, backing me and giving me, freedom and encouragement. And and then thank you to these guys for being willing to dedicate their time to doing this, because obviously it wouldn't happen by myself. So,
yeah. Michael?
Yeah, I mean, thanks for my wife for letting me do this. Because it has been a lot of time. It's been a lot of practice, a lot of time just being able to hang out with these 2 guys has been awesome. So yeah, and then my parents, because they bought me my first bass.
Cool.
Yeah, right.
What about you, Adam?
Yeah, I've got to go with the wife too. Not to be a cliche, but we've got a lot going on too. She has kids, so we do have kids quite often, and a couple of other music projects, and everything else. So her support just means the world, and then these guys too. It's just really grateful to be a part of this, and it's a growing experience. It's about the process for me too. So it's been a great ride, and thanks to anybody that's going to listen to this or support us in the future, or will have supported us by the time this airs.
That's so awesome. Thank you, guys. Cool. Well, with that, we'll let you guys play your last song, and we'll wrap the show up.
carry on. I tried to buy, then I got lost in all my theories, but you were not there to find. So I went to the stream of life. It carried me away.
Most excellent. That was seriously great.
Cool.
Well, if you guys out there didn't pay attention, this is a Samuel Irvin project, and if you didn't go to the album release party, you probably missed out. Yeah, definitely check out the album. So until next time, know your scene.